Coming to you live, of course, from the National in a unbelievable space here. This is the TikTok Shop, the National Creator Studio.
National Live Studio.
National Live Studio.
Brought to you by TikTok.
Brought to you by TikTok.
Yes,
Yeah, these are the things that probably should have went over before we were live here.
I know that. I know that
you
because
take it away.
I've been in here all week.
I didn't know I was running the show. I thought we were sitting down here.
It feels good to be in a different seat today.
Okay.
So, no, this is you guys' show, and I'm just happy that you have me on your platform so we can collab and connect and talk about this amazing event that we call the 45th National in Chicago.
Well, Sam has been on our airwaves, normally on the Gambler in Philadelphia, iHeartRadio app, all that and more. He joined us at the Philly show, I think last year, and you let us into your world. I believe you brought up your PC, and we were looking at some of the cards, so it was really cool. You got a great platform on all things socials. Be sure to give him a follow at the Sports Card Collector.
Yes.
We'll put that out on our socials. It's spelled a different way, so this way it's really
definitely not spelled the conventional way. I didn't want some long Instagram name, so
I like what you did there, though.
Yeah.
But joining us, Samuel C. Evans. Sam, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. I thought I would be tired today because I just been on go since I've been here since Monday in Chicago, getting prepared and everything. But I'm feeling good.
Nice, man. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've been here the past couple of days, rocking out over there in the Autograph Pavilion. But again, I've said it 100 times. You have no idea what's happening. There's so many things that you could be here for the full week and you're still going to miss things.
Yes. No, you're absolutely right. I've been spending most of my time in the main room, and the other day I finally got the chance to walk through the other two showroom floors, and I was like, wait, where's this stuff at? So no, it's a grand experience.
Yeah,
it's a grand experience.
We're still finding things. We're like today, the collection right in front of us.
Yeah.
Batman,
The
Ninja
Heritage
Turtles.
Oxygen, yeah.
It's insane,
Yeah.
absolutely insane. Speaking of insane, you're doing something insane right now with Curtis Granderson, a Chicago native, New York Met, an amazing human being, does so much for the community, so much for equality, and so much for his kids and our kids. You want to talk about that real quick?
So just some context and backstory. When I got back into the hobby around 2020, I had to go to hobby school, right? I had to I realized that I was living in a digital world of collecting because in the 90s, it was my 5 to 10 block radius. And once I took myself to hobby school and got my PhD and what the hobby landscape looked like, felt like, and sound like, I said, something's missing.
Right.
Because all I was consuming was the prices, the astronomical prices, the money, the big deals and everything. And I was like, wait, that wasn't my hobby experience. And it was this clip, I'll never forget it. It was this clip of a card show that takes place in Dallas. And it was a group of collectors filming this kid. And I think the kid's a popular, IG collector, entrepreneur. And they asked him, they said, what's in your PC? And the kid looked at the camera with conviction. He said, I don't have a PC. I'm in this for the money.
Oh.
And it just broke my heart. And granted, I always say this, make your money.
Yeah.
Do what suits you in this space. But it just broke my heart to hear a kid say that.
No
and
passion.
I said, I need to do something about this. And then, my brain just went to work and thinking about how can I bridge these two worlds of getting kids to enjoy collecting and me being on my soapbox right now, just getting kids to be kids and have the opportunity to enjoy their childhood, because right now there's so many competing interests.
Yeah.
And then expose them to this world of collecting that's on the other side, the entrepreneurial side, the industry side, the community side, and then this sustainability piece. So how do we use our platforms to create access, right? So everyone can experience this grand thing that we know, the National, because I had no idea the National existed when I was a kid.
Wow.
So over this 4-year period, I was just cultivating these thoughts in my mind of what could this potentially look like? And, oftentimes the hobby is a community, and it's so serendipitous at times, the people you meet and the things you do. And, at the 43rd National, I had the opportunity to be in the National Live studio booth telling cardboard origin stories. And then after that, you go on this natural high of like, oh, my first National. And then after it's over, and I'm walking through the Philly show, and Christy sees me, and she's like, wait, why didn't you tell me you was coming to the show? I would have got you passes and everything.
That's great.
And we just started talking and having conversation, and she was like, I just wanted you to know the content you made for us was amazing, and we loved how you did it. And her and I just started talking and just having this organic conversation, and I'm like, these are my ideas, and I think this is what the National should do. And she was like, just wait, let me connect you with the right people. And, I started talking to the show promoters, and telling them my vision. And, for over the past 6 months, just really cultivating this educational program.
Love it.
Of like enjoying collecting, the heartbeat of collecting, and experiences with other collectors, and having access to what the hobby has to offer, but also exposing kids to the other side of collecting, which is that entrepreneurial side, which is like, how do I get into this industry and use the skills, whether it's wanting to create a new product, whether it's like pitching a new product, whether it's being a driver of branding and industry. And right now we're just cultivating those ideas. And CBEA, Curtis Granderson's organization, and Chris Winston, the executive director, it was just a match made in heaven. And Shane Wynn, he's been the boots on the ground here in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
And Christy was just a connector. And we had our launch event 2 weeks at his stadium, Curtis Granderson Stadium. And it was phenomenal. And, we didn't touch on all 4 of our pillars. I'm not going to say what those 4 pillars are, because I want to protect my intellectual property.
Love it.
But, we just touched on this idea of what is the heartbeat of the hobby. The heartbeat of the hobby is trading. So I took the students through this trading 101 course of like traditional trading and modern trading. Traditional, how I traded cards in the 90s, and now what we see now is modern trading through, social media, emails, like this digital world we live in, but also the idea of like data. So if cash isn't involved, how are we trading cards, and how do we use that data to make informed decisions? And then like a part of making these trades using data, how is it driven by like the nostalgic value, like the connection that I have to the card, or the connection that the card you have and I want. So it was a powerful event. And then also, the kids got to open packs and do some magical stuff, and then you just see that magic of that first pull, that first card. So sorry for being long-winded, but context in this case like matters when you tell this story. And we just want to take this to the next level for the years to come, as the National establishes its roots in Chicago. And then the hope is to build satellite programs.
Love it.
Throughout the country.
Nice, man.
We're in to help any way we can. You and Grandy are 2 people that light up a room when you walk in. I saw you coming down the escalator. I was like, hey!
I
was so excited.
I appreciate that.
But in all seriousness, that's so cool. I think about all the kids. They're going to learn negotiation tactics.
Yes.
They're going to learn their worth.
And I didn't even touch on that,
public
like the
speaking.
interpersonal skills,
Yeah.
the 21st century critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
And I'm an educator by day. I'm a school principal. So just those intangibles, the art of communicating, the art of connecting with people, and those are meaningful.
A lot of these kids aren't going to even realize they're learning something. And you're setting them up for the future. That's amazing.
A lot of young guns out there with the business acumen that I could only dream of at that age, and it's very impressive. There is a lot of critical thinkers out there from all walks of life, all age groups, genres. It's just been an experience that I knew it was going to be incredible to be here at the National, but it's even more crazier than what I thought. So.
And to follow up from our launch event, 2 weeks ago, we brought a group of aspiring collectors from Little Village, residents from Chicago, into the National, and took them on this 2.5-hour immersion experience of the National. And yes, they got a lot of rewards, a lot of gifts, but we also taught them about the business of collecting from different points of view. So we went through eBay, we went through VeeFriends, and we also went through Anthony Devine's Rise program, who, you know, I just got to shout him out and give him his flowers. He is a Chicago native. He travels all across the country selling cards, but the one place he does not sell cards is at the grandest stage of them all, and it's the National. And he brings students in from the city of Chicago and teaches them about the business of the hobby.
Wow.
And he does this great program where he exposes them to the collecting side, but also shows them about the business of the hobby. And the whole week he's here, he does not sell one card, but he has his collectors, aspiring collectors, go through the process of selling cards and everything. So phenomenal guy, Warrior Brand. Please look him up, Anthony Devine, on social media. He's an awesome guy. He's been in the hobby for a long time, been at the National for a long time. He's a staple of the show. And for him to sacrifice, you know, not making revenue at the grandest show of them all, to expose kids to another way of thinking is just powerful. And that's another partnership that, you know, we had to attach ourselves to.
Amazing, man. Great job. Great job,
Sam. Fantastic follow, as I said, on all things socials. But bottom line, there's more to your story than just what you're putting on Instagram. So keep up the amazing work. We'll be continuing to follow along with everything Curtis Granderson. Where's his stadium at?
So it's on the campus of UIC in Chicago.
Nice.
That's where he
from
played.
Chicago?
Yes, he is a Chicago native. So like again, it's just this serendipitous moment and like feeling of like all these things coming together to really, you know, for this to be the home front to support the children of Chicago. And the hope is like once we establish these roots to take it global. Like, can you imagine in an after school program, students from Chicago talking to kids on Zoom from California, from Philadelphia, from New York, from Florida, and they're just cultivating this ecosystem of like trade ideas and like from those experiences, they could take that and get into this industry and take it to the next level.
Next level is the key there because these ideas and things that are happening in this convention center is just like, you know, next year's going to be different in the years to come. Like they'll continue to figure out what's cool and what's not, and the hobby just continues to grow. And the Breaker Pavilion blew my mind. Like there's so many cool things at the National. This is a mandatory stop if you were in the hobby.
And I just gotta say this, I am also grateful for the National, the board, and the show promoters. They believe in it.
Oh yeah.
And it's not just fluff and it's not performative. If it was performative, I wouldn't be a part of it. They believe in this. I've had, you know, meaningful conversation with the show promoters, Joe, Jimmy, and Brian, and they all believe in this and they want this to happen. The board wants this to happen, and they're putting their money where their mouth is, and they're also finding ways to invest and fund it to make sure that it's a real live program and it's a sustainable program.
So cool. Sam, can't thank enough, obviously, to give us an opportunity to be in your space. This is state of the art. We actually have people helping. Like Powers and I have been plugging lights in and everything. You know, we're a two-man band essentially, but this has been awesome. Great conversation. We will definitely catch up down the road. We got the Philly show coming up here soon, but the National is a whole nother level to it. So I look forward to building some other things and getting you on the show in future opportunities. But Sam, thank you very much, man.
And I just want to say thank you to you two. I want to give you your flowers as well for allowing me to be a part of your platform.
All good, man.
Share my story. It means a lot.
Yeah, man. We're going to continue to push that story too.
Yeah, and I get goosebumps when I go in that room, the media room. We have those meetings. That's networking, and that's what you're going to do for these kids. Networking. We know everybody that was in that room, everybody that's behind the scenes at the National working is somehow connected one way or another, and we've all met.
In customary fashion, I got to make sure we take our selfies before
you got to do that, man.
And let you guys do the rest of your
Let's do it.
Thank you.
So let's stand up and get this picture.
Nice.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much.
Sam Evans, you're the best, dude. Thank you very much for opening the doors here in this awesome space. Mike Powers, myself, we're going to be joined by some other special guests. Do not go anywhere. More after this.